The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Maeve's and the Garavogue Bar.
Okay, sorry. Welcome. This is how we like to start things. We're joined today, ladies and gentlemen, by Helena Boland.
Look at you over my side.
From where, though? Will you address?
Neptune Financial.
Neptune Finance, Brendan. You stupid ignorant. We won't even say the company he mentioned.
This is the first time we've ever followed through on a promise. You brought something up, and next thing we have.
But you want to know why we followed through on this?
Okay, go.
Because I panicked.
Okay, you did.
You made me panic. We're going to address a load of, would we call them like wrongdoings that we did last week?
Yeah, Ray, I was nearly tempted to bring in a paper bag. I'm not going to.
Why?
Because I thought poor Mark was going to hyperventilate in the last.
So first things first, before we go any further, let's address, he told me what I was going to be living on when I turned 65. Was it true?
Okay, no, it was
15,000 is what he's living on.
Now you got it.
Yeah,
right,
I looked it up during the week.
You told me it was 12.
But what's the difference? 15, 12 is not like going to make
and
a
it went up
brilliant.
by €10 in the budget. So
Oh, not too bad. Sure, we should be all right, so.
It's
we can get it.
€15,532.
Okay.
At the moment.
At the
So if you're
moment.
retiring today, Mark, that's what you'd be.
Well, I feel like I want to, but
Yeah.
I can't yet.
And in order to get that, you need 40 years of stamps.
What?
By the time you get there. So
When you
need to
say,
be-
why your stamps come into it?
Okay, so if you've got
we're
the
in
state
now. Okay.
pension, we're in.
Okay,
right,
here we go,
okay.
state pension.
So if you've got the state pension and you're paying your PRSI on your PAYE on your payslip, right?
Okay.
That means you're contributing to society.
That means I've done 40 years of work.
Yeah.
And if each of those years they've
However-
deducted PRSI and my
Yes,
stamp is paid.
Exactly. And if you're a Class S stamp, if you're self-employed and you pay your stamp.
Can I intervene in that one?
Okay, go
That was the 500.
You won't get to explain anything.
That was
by
the
way.
500 I was insisting that you pay for a couple of
Yes.
years. The self-employed, that was your tax for a couple of years.
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah,
one
remember
that
the 500?
You used to ring me every October.
Yeah, I need
Mark,
500
come
off you.
on now. Yeah.
So I
you
was
used
just
to do
getting
that to
this.
me.
Yeah,
And the
okay.
other things, if you went back to college and you were claiming like back to education, or if you're claiming job seekers, or if you're on illness benefit, you're still building your stamps.
They're paying the stamp for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is a stamp? So
stamp.
whenever, no, but listen
Why
to me
couldn't
now
have
for
used a
second.
different word?
Yeah.
I
So
know.
when I hear a
Confusing.
stamp, I think of
Postage.
me mother trying to post something to America.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not
So-
that, Mark.
Well, obviously it's not like, but I can't just go in and buy a stamp and go, that's another year's pension there now. Do you know what I mean?
Do they sell pensions in the post office?
Yeah, that's what they need to start doing.
No.
Just selling
No,
pensions
okay.
in the post office.
No.
Buy a stamp. It's 25% for that one.
You can see where it's confusing. Do you want a book of pensions?
So how many, do you get a stamp every year? Is that what
You
it
get a
is?
stamp every year, basically. That it's the old school terminology, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you're not going to give us the etymology of where stamp came from.
I have
No,
no
there's
clue.
no need to
I
do
couldn't
that.
tell you the history of that.
The
now.
reason
enough.
you're
Right.
here is because
You're
I'm
fucked.
number one, I'm panicking. Okay, so the big panic's head on me, and
Yeah.
number two is I think there's a lot of people in my situation. Obviously, I'm a beefcake, ripped as a bull, really cute, good looking, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm 34 now and I have no pension, so none of that stands to me. The fact that I'm
I
brilliant.
wonder how many stamps you've paid. You've
I
paid a
don't
few.
know. I paid a few stamps, but I don't care about the state pension. I don't want to live on that. I have aspirations, Lena.
Okay.
Right?
I like it.
Big time
Good.
aspirations. I just set up a limited company in the last 2 months, and now I'm deciding to get myself a financial structure that will get me into my 60s and 70s living quite comfortable.
Okay.
And it'll also mean that me two young ones at home will live a life that I can that I can contribute to as well. Daddy, I need money for college. I failed again. That's what. So I want to make sure that that's possible. So I'm at 34. I think there's loads of other people in my stage of their life who are going, I have no idea what a private pension is. Now, last week I said something that you took, she took note of, okay?
was that?
Which was, I said, why don't I just go into Boyle Sports to hell?
Yeah.
Okay? And you said, it's
a
not.
horse.
So before, the first thing, she wouldn't even shake my hand coming in the door.
Oh, stop.
No, she was. She was like, first of all, let's address it. So explain to me why is my idea of a pension, which I was obviously being a little bit tongue-in-cheek about it,
Of course,
why is it
yeah.
not gambling?
Okay, so everything is a calculated risk when it comes to pensions,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so it's the one savings vehicle in the Irish market that is allowed grow tax-free, right? And when you're trying to generate wealth, you need kind of exposure to compound interest. So I'm going to bring you back to primary school back in the day.
Please.
We were
Fucking
taught
business
about-
again. Miss Burke is
I
chatting to me
know.
again. Fucking anyway. Okay, go on.
Okay, so if you've got €10,000 sitting in a bank account and you're getting 6% compound interest, at the beginning of year 2, you're starting off with 10,600.
Yeah.
Okay.
And therefore, you're getting 6% of that 10,600. So it's money making money. It's earning
brilliant.
interest upon interest
do
upon
this?
interest.
Where do I sign up?
Where do you
Okay,
get this compound interest?
So when you were looking at where to put your money when it comes to your financial health, because that's what we're all about at Neptune. Sorry, pluggity plug my plug.
No,
Right,
that's you're dead right to do it.
okay.
That's why you're here.
It's all about your financial goals and choosing the correct vehicle for that goal, right? And hands down, as I said to you, a pension vehicle is the best savings vehicle. Why? Because of the tax man. You get tax relief on the way in, and then it's allowed compound interest tax free. So that what you do is you pick a provider. If you're going down the private pension route, and we'll talk about auto enrollment in a minute, right? Okay. But for someone that is a Class S stamp, in other words, a company director like yourself or a sole trader, you're not going to be auto enrolled. So a private pension route is the most appropriate route for you, right? Okay. And you look at your timeline and you go, okay, when do I need this money? So for you, Mark, that's 32 years away.
Yeah.
Right? It's an awful long time away, isn't it?
Well, it doesn't feel like that though.
I say his career will be over in his mid-40s. I can't imagine this getting any further.
I hear about these people kind of like.
He's only so long you can play these songs.
Yeah, but you know people who get injured at work.
Yeah.
So can I sue myself? Can I get injured myself and then sue myself because I own the company and then get paid for the rest of my life as well? Does that work?
So you're saying 32 years?
32 years.
So he's what age you know? 33?
I'm 34 in about 3 days.
Okay, well you're 33 at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to know your birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
So 33. So I see what you mean, 32. So you're thinking, am I right, 65?
66,
yeah?
pension age. So I'm thinking that's your timeline.
Okay, good.
So in the industry with regulated pension funds, remember that, okay? We have a risk rating of 1 to 7. 1 is cash, you can physically see it, right? But at the minute, interest rates are really low, guys. You're not even breaking even with inflation. So when you have a 32-year timeline, you need to factor in inflation. So do you know what I mean when I talk about inflation?
Yeah.
Okay. How things naturally become more expensive.
Yeah.
The price of a Freddo.
Yeah, the price of a Freddo. Yeah, is
or
dead.
a pound of butter. I can't get over it in Duns. €4 for
outrageous for the real butter,
outrageous.
unsalted.
Yes. Don't get me
It's an
started.
absolute disgrace.
Yes. Don't get
Have
me
you seen the
started.
price of my wadi?
Yes.
My young one loves my wadi. It's 4 something now. Now finally someone's talking about it. It's outrageous.
I never heard
Where's
anyone
that paper
speak.
bag?
Okay,
Right.
yeah, I'm panicking again now. Okay.
So you need you need to take some risk with some of your money in order to get exposure to assets that are making returns.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So you have a regulated fund manager with the likes of Irish Life, New Ireland, Zurich, all the big players, right? You choose your preferred provider through a financial advisor like ourselves, right? And what you do is you go, okay, where's my happy point on that scale? Because 7 is eggs all in one basket. Going in and putting your bet on Paddy Power.
Do you actually go into Boyle Sports Forum?
No. I wish you could.
No, but
yes.
we will come back.
I go for 7, Helena. 7
keep up. Can I put £100 on 7, please? She coming in, stand there with a docket in your hand. No, we'll obviously come back to what 7 means in a minute. But I presume what you're telling us is, it goes down the line, then the risk is the lowest at 1, but the output is.
But for the next 10, 15 years of your life, your pension, your fund value can go up and down as much as it wants. It doesn't bloody matter because you can't touch it until you retire.
So when can you touch us?
Okay, technically so.
I'm talking about money now.
Yes, okay.
So when am I allowed to touch? Because they keep telling me I can't touch. But anyway,
okay, so with the company pension scheme and with an executive pension, because there's all different types of vehicles and it depends on what your income is, whether you're PAYE as an employee or whether so on and so forth. So the most common one would be, I call it an executive pension. It's been given a revamp.
Sounds fancy.
It's called a master trust now. The youngest pension age is actually age 50.
To get out.
To retire.
Okay.
But you have to leave service from that employment or from that income. You have to close down that business. You can close down that company and access that money.
So if I pay for 10 year now, right?
Yeah.
10 year in, and then I go, I have to get out of this. They go, well, that's my money now.
Well, what'll happen is it'll still remain in that fund and it'll still remain until you're ready to retire it.
Yeah.
So case in point, I had no pension over in Scotland when I started in pensions when I was at the tender age of 22, right?
That was only 2 years ago, just to let you know now.
love this show. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. And, well, like I bought it over, it was £8,000, made a killing on the exchange rate, put it into a regulated fund with a preferred provider that I chose, right? It is a 6 out of the scale. That is now worth 48,000 and I'm not contributing to it. And
Jesus
I'm 42
Christ.
now.
How much did you put in the first place?
£8,000.
So you coming home from
So
Scotland?
you took £8,000 back from Scotland. Is that what you're saying?
No, from a pension.
Yeah, so you can move from pension to pension.
Yes, you can move from pension to pension.
Okay, so you can change,
You can change providers to the cows come home if you want to.
So this number 7, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about number 7.
There's very few funds that are in that.
Yeah.
And they're niche, right?
Yeah, like what are they investing in?
They
Like
could be like at the minute.
OnlyFans girls, like is that like no? But I mean, like, is it real?
No, that's
Do you know
not
what I mean?
regulated.
Is it a load of flutes and suits got in, like invested in fucking? I have 32 accounts on OnlyFans.
It would be like say for instance, I know that there's a closed fund on one of the providers, and it's a European property fund.
Yes, okay.
Right.
And they want a load of
It's
prisons
very
in
niche.
Croatia type thing.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Right, okay.
Dodgy stuff.
And do you ever know what they're doing with it?
Oh, of course you do. You get a fun fact sheet and you get the split of where it's all invested and everything. And what's interesting about the fun fact sheets is like the providers, like they update them on a quarterly basis. So you'll see like the fund manager making their moves and changing the percentages of where they're invested and so on and so forth. So you're totally informed on all that.
At level 7, let's say I'm just going for the extremity here now.
You want the Boyle Sports package?
Yeah, no, but what I'm wondering is, I'm just trying to see what the outcomes might be. At level 7, can you lose it all?
You potentially could if but everything, as I say to people, and you'd expect me to say this, nothing in life is guaranteed, only death and taxes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right,
And
okay.
misery as well. No, and sorry. Okay, yeah, sorry. Misery is definitely big. Yeah.
So, as in, I can't say that it is guaranteed because it is not.
Yeah.
But it's all about taking the most appropriate risks that you are comfortable with.
Yeah.
What got you the 48?
Pardon?
What got you the 48? Was that 6?
That was a 6.
So you went to put
6 got you to a 48.
And how long are we talking to take you to get?
20 years.
Took you 20 years to get, okay.
I'm 42, so it was 22 when I
So
went.
what do you mean by 48? What is that a year for a pension?
No,
what do you mean by
that's the fund value
40,
now.
so she put in $8,000.
Yeah.
And 20 years later, it was worth 48,000.
Okay.
So
what does that mean when you retire then?
Okay, so that's still compounding. You remember I said that's, it's compounding away, right? So it's still growing. So I'm hoping that that's going to be part of my pension portfolio, when I come to retirement. So how most people draw down private pensions, and this is very this isn't advice, this is just me giving you a general overview, is you take 25% of the fund value tax-free, you go off, you have a great old time, you buy something that you've always wanted to do, you celebrate. What would you do, lads?
Oh, what would I buy with a... do you know what I'd buy? Genuinely, no, because I don't think I'll ever guess it.
What?
Okay? I would buy... Hopefully we have a house by then. But I would buy a shed at the back of the house. And no one's... you have one, you prick, okay? So don't talk to me.
you shut up, Brendan.
No one's allowed into it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Unless you know the password, the secret lock. Okay, that's what I would buy. When you tell me I get to retire, okay, and I want to live out my days, I want to live out my days in that shed.
Yeah.
I want to die in that shed.
But most people, unlike Mark, when they do retire and they get the pension 25% out, they normally clear the mortgage, which you'll have at the time.
Wait, but you're making me sound like a prick now.
I try and ensure with my clients that they don't put their eggs all in one basket.
Don't clear
the
mortgage.
Mantra with everything to do with financial health.
Okay.
You never do that.
Don't go all in.
You don't go all in.
So have loans from lots of different providers.
Once you put it, no.
Buy the shed. Buy the shed.
That's
she's
what
saying,
I'm reading from this.
She's saying buy the shed, die in the sheds.
I hope everybody's listening because clearly I've been doing it right.
No, I would say, because once you put it into debt, you can never take it back, right?
Okay.
So that is your buffer fund.
So don't be paying off loans.
Yeah,
right?
Neptune is great.
Right? No, hang on now. But what
shed.
you do is if you're going from that income down the way to another income, which is going to be less.
Yeah.
So what you might decide to do, depending on the hand you've been dealt, you might decide to pay a little bit of the mortgage off and make it proportionate to your new income.
Yeah.
Right? So that you still have the same disposable income that you were used
So
to.
you might be going, I was paying £1,000 in my mortgage, but now I've paid off enough of it that it's down to €500 a week.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I still have the same amount of money to live my life.
Yes.
Can I cut in here?
I know all about
for
pensions.
it.
Go on. Yeah.
I'd like to ask you some very straight questions.
Oh, okay.
On behalf of Mark as Mark's financial representative.
He is, yeah. Ray is now speaking on my behalf.
All right.
I'm a bit nervous here now.
I don't know, it's so my.
Lovely wee niceties there.
What he's gonna say.
That's all tremendous. And you've outlined, essentially how pensions work. You throw the money in, you pick your risk level, 1 to 7, which I love. 7 is obviously the deluxe extravaganza package.
Yeah.
And 1 is you're probably going to end up owing us money at the end of the 40 years. So Mark here has 32 years.
Yes.
Mark Kennedy has 32 years
32
left
years
to contribute. Now, if he decides to himself, right, I can probably spare 100 monies, as you call them.
At a level 5. I have 100 monies to give you.
He has to give over. That's what he's got at the moment. And he gives that to you. And he says, look, don't go too crazy with it, but don't go too easy on it either. Around about a 4 and a 5.
A 5.
A 5. You like a 5?
Yeah, we'll go for a 5.
Mark it like a 5. So he starts giving you €100 a month, €1,200 a year, and he has 32 years of that, which is something around 40 grand.
Oh, it's 3.5 million. Oh, no, sorry.
Am I right? About 40 grand?
Yeah, 38,000.
38,400. So that's what he puts in over the... But of course, if he sticks it at €100 a month for the next 32 years, I presume that'll end up as diddly squat. It'll be about an extra, 12 grand a year from at the end of it?
Well, I've lost you now, Ray. Go.
When he retires at 66.
When he retires
having put in €100 a month.
Remember now, you have a total advantage because you have a new limited company, if you don't mind me saying.
No, lovely.
You can buy a yacht.
So,
I'm going to... No, shit.
The one way you can turn company wealth into personal wealth is through an executive pension. Right, okay. That rather than you paying corporation tax every single year on your profit, you could decide, well, do you know what? Rather than me being paid that profit and getting taxed to 40% on it, I'm going to do a little calculation with Helena Boland. We're going to see the max funding I can do, and potentially, let's just say your profit is 20 or 30,000, you could put 100% of that profit into a pension for yourself. And give it to your future self and not pay any corporation tax or preliminary tax at that.
So that's 100% profit.
That's just the profit.
No, but hang on a minute now, because I'm a greedy bastard.
Does he not need the profit to buy sandwiches?
Yeah, no, but hang on.
But you know,
this is the thing. No, but this is the thing. I'm a greedy bastard. I had already told me, Mrs. I have no idea what this company's going to make by the end of the year, but whatever it is, it's going to be a big old Christmas bonus for Kendy.
Yeah.
So you're saying, careful now on the old Christmas bonus.
Now, with regards to the Christmas bonus, I'm segueing off, right?
Yeah, go on.
There's a small benefit exemption that you can use, right?
Okay.
And you could take €1,500 out tax-free.
In a one-for-all card.
Not a one-for-all. Go for an all-go MasterCard. A prepaid
I wasn't
MasterCard.
joking about the card, but you're saying...
You can actually go on to like certified prepaid MasterCards and take it out tax free.
That's Christmas paid. That's the Christmas party paid for the
That's the
podcast.
Christmas party
Then,
paid for.
if your lovely wife is doing something bona fide employment, so
Well, she's the secretary.
There we go.
Yeah.
You can employ her for say £100 a month or whatever, and you can give her another €1,500. So that's £3,000 tax free coming into the household.
You need to get in touch with this lady.
I need to. No, honestly, I don't know any of this stuff. By the way, I don't know any of this. But I love the fact that you're saying at the end of the year.
I know we're segueing off into tax.
So you can lower your corporation tax that you're going to pay through the limited company by just giving it to me as the director in 30 years.
Yeah, exactly. You're giving it to your future self.
That's amazing.
Right? And then if you decide that you want to retire early, you close that company down, you retire from the age of 50 onwards.
Yeah.
But...
And can I drink pina coladas on a beach?
Yes,
I know
you
that
can.
you don't obviously can't tell me that. But that's what I want to do.
Not everybody is as well
Not
put together as Mark
everybody
Kennedy
yes.
and his
but last
music
episode
fashions.
he thought he was absolutely done for.
I know.
So
Yeah, I thought that was
it. It seems like
I'm after getting some lit.
But what about the non-Mark Kennedy who's not in the public job like me?
Okay, right. So Otto and Roman is coming.
Let's call him Brad. Maybe he works in AIB.
Brad does work in AIB.
Brad works
he has
in
an
AIB,
iPad.
works out in the front office. He has an iPad.
Yeah.
And Brad is obviously a POE employee.
So he probably has a company pension scheme.
How?
If he is working for a big company like that, like AIB Bank.
Well, let's say the local, a different AIB, CID. It's a new
CID.
bank and they've nothing.
Okay.
They've absolutely
And the owner's
nothing.
a prick as
Always
well.
a prick. And,
Yeah.
and they've
He
two
He
branches.
drinks pints in South Dublin with a
he's
big old
not-
suit.
Okay, so there's two
nothing.
options open.
Flutes and suits. Sorry, no. Come on.
Right, there's two options that are open to people that are on.
Brad. Let's think about Brad
okay?
here. Now, Brad
There's
working for
auto
CID.
enrollment that's coming in January.
What
and
is
then there-
auto enrollment?
So auto enrollment is
Sounds
a
awful.
compulsory. It is. It sounds a bit.
Got to come up with a catchy name.
Is it a load of shite?
Well, no, it's a
come on.
new. There is a new catchy name on it. It's just that nobody's really caught on to it.
Okay.
It's called My Future Fund.
Oh, lovely.
So if you're watching RT
MFFs.
News, am I allowed to say that here?
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
we're watching RT News, and the adverts come on, and then there's an ice cream that comes on. Have you seen that with the 3 scoops Scoops and
No.
the cherry on the top. Have you
No.
seen it? Okay.
No.
Brendan's nodding his head.
Yeah,
he-
Brendan has lots of
He's
time
the
in his
only
hands.
one of us that watches RTE.
Lots of time in his hands to watch television at home in the evenings.
Okay, so if you are between the age of 23 and 60, you're going to be auto-enrolled by the government into their compulsory pension, right?
Compulsory.
And it's
Awful
going to be
word.
1.5% of your gross pay. So what I mean by gross pay is your top line. But
Yeah.
you do not get tax relief on it.
Yeah.
So that 1.5, say off your 30,000, is going to come off your net.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wow, okay.
Then your employer is going to be made pay 1.5.
Okay, match the payment.
And then the government are going to come along and give 0.5%.
Okay. So it works at 3.5%.
Roughly about 33% return, in and around that.
Where did you get 33 out of 3.5?
Okay, right. Well, anyways, I'm
So
tired.
sometimes when you have 5 monies and then they have 4.
No. So 1.5%, it comes off me 30 grand.
Yeah.
And then the employer then adds an extra 1.5%.
And 0.5%.
And then 0.5% comes from the government.
Yes.
Give 3.5%
Yeah.
of your income
Yes.
goes in every
Yes.
year.
Yes.
And then you said something about 33%.
Well, it's roughly a 33% return on your 1.5.
Oh, on it. Okay.
On your contribution.
So you get,
right?
yeah, okay, I get you.
Okay.
Which you now,
That.
no, you're right.
Okay.
I have it. Took me a second there.
So even if you're job sharing and you're on reduced hours,
Mm-hmm.
and let's just say you're on family income support,
Yeah.
but your total income is over and above €20,000,
Mm-hmm.
that PAYE income is going to be, your part-time job is going to be automatically enrolled.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because it's the revenue that is seeing it.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing though?
They're trying to, it's not a bad thing because, no more than, I'm sure
doing you
we
out of
know-
jobs.
No, not that at all. That's not what I meant.
But I'm sure we know, we all know somebody who is just sitting on the state pension and no other income, guys.
Yeah.
And if Brad
it
is under
tough.
30k, what does Brad end up with on top of his 15,000 then after 35 years or whatever? Out of this
After all the
auto-enrollment.
That's down to the fund performance that is going behind it.
Okay.
And we've yet to see that.
We've yet to see it.
Yeah, so we don't know where
But
they're
we do
getting it
know
from.
that Irish Life and BlackRock, I believe.
Who?
BlackRock are huge.
Oh, we know they're huge.
Yeah.
Guns
Yes.
and defence specialists.
So are we spending all our pound in defence?
Ray, you're well read. I'll give you that.
And if BlackRock are involved, it's definitely something shady happening.
But
We're
BlackRock's
getting
not an Irish
rolled.
company though.
No,
It's an American company.
It's
Oh,
an
yeah.
investment house.
Yeah, it's-
They're more than an investment house.
But
now.
they own everything.
They
in
buy
the
a
world.
country every now and again.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Trillions
we're
and
getting into
trillions.
bed with them. The Irish states.
No,
In bed.
hang on. It's being. Don't
You don't
quote
know
me on
this. Yeah.
It's,
Okay.
as in, I believe Irish Life fund managers and BlackRock are, and there's somebody else in the game as well,
And
right?
in
there's
fairness
a
to
couple of them.
BlackRock, to get things done.
They get
They
things.
get
know
plenty
what?
done, Ray.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
But we
there's
don't know how
one
much you're gonna make
drawback,
out.
Right? You can only take your auto enrolment at state pension age. So I'm going to ask you a question, lads. Does the state pension age generally increase or decrease as time moves
It's going up.
forward?
It's going up.
There
I
we
won't be retired till the Macy Fooer if they have their. Honest to God, like. They
Unless
won't-
Sinn Féin get in, and then it'll go down.
Oh yeah, well that's what they say.
And there'll be less tax.
Yeah.
It'll be much nicer.
There'll be, no, yeah,
Ireland
of course
will
it
be
will.
great.
Yeah, no, let's not get into politics really about this. It's the betterment of all of them. They're putting it up and up and up.
Yeah.
State retirement age now is
Well,
68,
if
is
we
it?
look at our neighbours across the water over in England, the state pension age is 67 or 68, depending on your date of birth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, generally speaking, we kind of follow suit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're at 66 at the minute. And I remember back in 2012, in and around that year, I could have my date wrong now, but like in and around then, during austerity measures times, they were talking about bringing it up to 68. But
I
it was a
thought they did put
total
it up.
ruckus.
I thought-
They did from 65 to 66, but that's as far as it went.
That's as far as it went.
But going back to auto enrolment, they're planning that that's going to increase up to 6% over the next 10 years.
Okay.
Okay. Oh wow.
So it's going to be
But when it does
6%.
that, do you have a chance to opt out of it though? Because you're like, I can't
Good,
afford 6%.
great question. Right, okay. So, right.
I asked a good question.
You
Ray.
did.
I didn't wreck her
If
head with
you
figures.
go-
Kind of
If
surprised.
you- If you go to your employer, right, and you say, I want to opt out of this, to hell with this, I'm going to
I want to give the money to Boyle Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
Right,
Boyle
right.
Sports. Okay. I want to give it to Neptune. Okay, come on. Sorry.
Okay, right. Then what'll happen is it takes 6 months for it to stop on your payroll.
Jeez, that computer must be
Right?
slow. Holy
But
fuck.
you get no.
It's more in payroll. She's useless.
But you get no refund. That's still going to sit.
Oh, good. So they take a little thanks very
So
much.
they just hold on to
it's
us.
going to stay there, but it's going to be invested like that pension that I gave an example about with me, right?
Yeah.
And how that goes, I do not know, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But then in 2 years' time again, they're going to automatically re-enroll you again.
Oh, God. There's no getting out of it.
There's no
Poor
getting
Brad.
out. However, right?
This is like my iPad trying to tell me I need to update. You know, every like 2 weeks they're like, I'm going to do this, Mark, while you're asleep. I'm going to put you back. I'm going to update the iPad. That's what it's like.
However, the one way to circumvent all of that is if you have a pension coming off your payslip.
So you're not auto-enrolled
You
if
are
you're
not
already...
auto-enrolled if you're already in a company pension.
When does
Wow.
auto-enrollment start?
January, but you need it
Do you
coming.
mean to tell me that
But it's
the next 2
starting
months will
this-
be busy for you?
Oh, I am mental.
But
I
come
am
here.
so busy.
Is it not
right?
this week that there's something happening with that, no?
Yeah, but
My wife has in her diary that something's happening Tuesday. Next week or something like that. Something to do with the audit. Maybe they're learning something about it then.
Maybe
I
they're
don't know.
learning
Yeah,
something
yeah.
about it, okay? But however, it needs to be coming off November, December's payrolls as well. Like I was literally at a seminar about it, guys, before
Okay.
I came here. And they were saying that like they're going to look back over the last 13 weeks of the year.
right.
And, you know, because our PAYE system, you know the way you get your pay slip and you
Yeah.
get paid net, that's all live now with the revenue. They call it the PAYE modernisation, right? So when that's live, that's feeding into revenue, and revenue are giving the information to the auto enrollment people. I think it's NARSA or NASA. I can never NAES. I don't know what. Scratch that.
It doesn't matter
The
whatever
lads
they're-
up at Letterkenny that
Lovely.
are running
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Right, okay?
The Letterkenny office, I get
The
it.
Letterkenny office are getting
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So that's how that is all.
So
working.
you've missed the point here now. It's gone, like, as in you're going to be auto-enrolled.
You're going to be auto-enrolled.
When you're hearing
You
this
don't
now,
have, yeah.
sorry about that. If you don't have a company pension.
but like, you know, as in you could have a pension coming off your pay slip in December.
Yeah.
And that'll circumvent that.
Will it? So you need to do it now.
Yeah.
This is
If
very
you
timely.
want. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a bit crazy.
And
Will
if they want to
you-
do it, they go to you and you're mental.
Yeah.
You'll be like the doctor. I'll see you in 2 weeks. That'll be too late.
So
I'll
this
be dead.
podcast has obviously been brilliant for your business. Will you meet me and my wife for
will
free,
indeed.
please,
Yeah.
forever, if you don't mind?
Absolutely.
No, because genuinely, she's about to get auto-enrolled, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And not that there's anything wrong with being
But where
auto-enrolled.
does she work?
She works in a hotel in town in the
Okay,
office.
so
Yeah.
that might be a good thing for
Could be.
her, depending, you know, on the set of circumstances,
Mm-hmm.
okay? However, if you've got somebody who is, like, say, in a company and they're doing 1.5 or more going into a private company pension scheme, you're going to have far more flexibility over
With
when
that,
you can
yes.
retire your
Yeah,
money
yeah.
and access your money.
Yeah, I don't want Simon Harris telling me when to stop working.
Simon's a lovely fella. Shut up.
No, but he's going to be telling, I won't have it. No, but that's the thing, you get way more control over it if you're
Yeah.
doing
That,
this.
that's a good lead into that. And so if you do have this wee pension,
Yeah.
that you've taken out, so you're Brad,
Yeah.
you're working for CID Bank,
Yeah.
and you have had the foresight to take out a pension in July of this year.
Private.
Private pension. And they went with, like Mark said, number 5, please. Number 5 there, Helena, please. Thank you very
number
much.
5, please, Helena.
And they're putting in...
I'm constant.
Do you then kind of say, okay, you're going to put 1.5% of your income? Do you call it a percentage that they take off, or do you say €100 a month, or what way do you work it?
Great question again. Right, okay.
I knew I'd get you.
Yes.
We can wrap it up there, Brendan. Now, tune in next week for the answer to that one.
Okay, no, this is good though. I'm actually looking forward to hearing
Okay,
this.
so it depends, you know, it's what I always say to people, life is about balance. So when it comes to financial health, that is the mantra. Never put your eggs all in one basket. Don't be stressing about what's coming 32 years down the line. Think about your short, your medium and your long-term goals and choose what is affordable to you. Because I don't want to overstretch you in the wrong direction. And then you come to me in a month's time and go, oh, Jesus, Alina, I can't afford that.
You've been very political in your answer there now. Are you saying that it is 1.5% or €100
would
a
be
month?
saying, well, you know, whatever. It depends on your salary, Brad. Or
But
Brad.
Brad.
Do you hear me?
He is Brad.
No,
though.
but you get what I'm saying? If Brad is in there in July and he's earning 30k a year,
He's earning 30k a year.
and he decides to take out a private pension,
Right.
is the options for Brad either a percentage of his income or is it a set
Well,
amount?
I'd be encouraging him to do the minimum of auto enrolment, which is €37.50.
Which is the 1.5%.
Off his monthly pay.
Okay.
But because he's
$37.50.
getting tax relief,
Yeah.
the figure to him coming out of his net back pocket is €30.
Okay, gotcha.
Right?
I'm with you now.
So
Now
his
we're talking,
€30
yeah.
is turning into
37.50.
€37.50.
Yeah.
I like that. So he's putting in 30 quid a month
Yes.
And it's actually turned into, with the tax relief,
37.50,
$37.50, which seems to be the magic that happens when you contribute to a pension.
Yes.
All of a sudden it gets bigger.
Yes.
But
can I give another big warning? Let's just say Brad is a higher rate earner now.
Oh, he's a big pound.
And he's earning, okay,
got
so
some promotion.
everybody in this country is allowed to earn 44,000, and anything above that gets taxed at 40%.
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Thanks
Not
to,
all of us. Anything above us.
anything above it, yeah. Thanks to Pascal Donoghue and the lads
Fair
for
play
not
to you,
changing
Pascal.
it in the budget,
Great
right?
fella.
Okay, right. So if you're earning over and above that, for every €100 you put into a private pension, you only pay 60 because the tax man gives you 40.
That's a fierce sound move from the tax man.
He's actually, I was always scared
I
of him.
always said revenue were lovely.
I've always been scared of this.
So revenue are
accent.
tipping around, just putting money in people's pensions.
That's it.
How much did he give in? 60, was it? I put in another 40 there now.
So if you
We'll
look
browse
at
So
it.
what? So
Hands down, anybody who is listening to this and
Yeah.
is a higher rate earner should not be going into auto enrollment.
okay, so
Okay.
that is, now we're getting somewhere. Not for me, by the way, because I don't want to tell anyone my financial situation.
you're a corporate
But
entity
let's say if you were about to tip over that bridge there now, when you were about to cross,
Yeah.
right? You're saying this is the time
you're
now to be
but you're
using that
different.
extra money
Yeah.
into a private pension.
Yeah.
How am I different though?
As we said at the top of the show, you are a
Oh,
company.
that's right.
So
yeah,
you get yachts and planes.
Yeah, and
That's
sheds.
where- sheds, yachts, and
Your
planes.
shed.
I have a shed and yacht.
Yeah,
and
you're
plane.
different to Brad.
No, it sounds like everything is
Would
really
you
working out
go
for
into
me.
that shed, Ray?
I would love to go into that
No,
shed.
he's not allowed in that shed.
I think we're
Why
getting.
not?
Yeah.
We have to find new premises, so we might have to go into that shed.
No one's allowed into that shed ever if I get that shed
But
when I retire.
in
I'd
fairness,
be a
you've,
little bit scared to go into that shed.
Don't
now.
go in. The smell alone. The smell alone in that shed is going to be
you've
terrible.
outlined. So Brad, if he's on 30k, you're telling him put in the the question about the 30 euros. Never mind his shed. Come back to me, Helena.
Okay, sorry.
Bewitched by Mark's shed,
Stop.
right?
Why is there smoke coming out of the shed?
Let's go back to Brad. Brad. Let's go back to Brad.
Is that
Brad
a
is
stain?
shut up, will
There's a
you?
stain on the door. What's going on? Okay, sorry. Go on.
Brad is putting in the 30 euros. He's putting in the bare minimum, right? He
Yeah.
does it for 32 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, it goes up with inflation and all the rest.
Yeah.
What does he end up with, poor
Okay,
Brad?
So
that's
poor
the
Brad,
That's the only man that wants to know
So
what's going on.
Okay, so let's just say, for argument's sake, he had 50 grand or 100 grand. What'll I do? 100,000?
I don't know what.
I'll give an
I'm saying he's on
example.
30k a year and he's going to give you 30 euro a month.
I know, I can't compound that up here now. I'm
Okay.
not that good. Right?
Okay.
It's about
Sorry
8
now.
million.
Throw it in.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's just say Brad has, I don't know, 50,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has put in 50k over his
Over the
years.
life, yeah, he probably has more.
No, that's fine.
No, but let's just use that
Yeah,
as the
that's
example.
okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What most people do is, like I said, they take 25% tax free, right?
Okay.
And then the remainder is used as a pension income pot. Okay. And that is subject to income tax. So if you draw down off the remainder of that fund, you
Yeah.
are going to be taxed on it.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
Which really
Okay.
sticks in most people's craw.
But it's like, as I say to people, you have more tax credits in retirement.
Yeah.
You're down in income. Remember, your baseline is 15,500 and odd, right? So that means he has a pension income pot of 37.5 grand.
That's right.
Okay. What most people do is they take 4 to 10%. Now, I say most people, there are other options open there. So he's going to take roughly between 1,500 to 3,750 euro a year out of that pot.
Okay.
Okay. But if I put that on top of the state pension, right?
Yeah.
What did I say that was? 3,750. Okay. He's roughly on about, say, 19 grand a year.
This is the number.
16 grand a year.
So your average
you know,
person earning average money,
Yeah.
who puts in something into a pension,
Yes.
will essentially be looking at 3 or 4 grand on top of
the
their
state
pension, which is essentially okay. When I do retire, if I was on average money
Yeah.
for an average 40 years, and
Yeah.
I actually had the wherewithal
Yeah.
without obviously going into auto enrollment, but the sounds of it is a good thing.
It is a good
Because,
thing.
but before auto enrollment came in, those that did put a bit in ended up literally a little bit of a 13 or 12 or 13 grand to go on a little cruise for yourself when you retired, and then ultimately 3 grand extra on top of the pension.
You've got it, Ray. Yeah.
And that's what
And
you
the
end up.
other thing is as well, auto enrollment and pensions are always assets in your name, right? It's like a bank account in your name. So God forbid, if anything happens to you,
Yeah.
your next of kin will
yeah.
get that.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
never money lost.
Okay.
So I have to state that.
So,
Okay.
the other
So
thing-
Laura will get it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and she should.
absolutely.
She should get.
Should she?
No, so, but I have one more
She
really.
deserves it.
This might be a really silly question. your contribution then to your private pension stops the day you retire, and you have nothing else to do with this. You can't continue to reinvest after retirement.
No.
You can't.
Well, you might have another income coming in.
Yeah.
So you could be retired and start a new business or go and work on somebody else's
and keep
company.
contributing.
And
obviously.
you could decide to do, like for instance, I had a retired nurse, right? He did 40 years, but now he's working for one of the home care places.
Yes.
So he now has a pension there.
Yeah.
And he's building a pension through his PAYE income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, I'm only saying this.
And the other thing is as well, sorry, Mark.
No, go on, you're right.
Across you, right? But if you're PAYE, you're not restricted to 1.5%. Depending on your age, you can put, if we won the lotto in the morning, we loved what we do, we'd all want to put 100% of our salaries into pensions and pay no bloody tax. That'd be mighty, right? Yeah. Okay? But we can't do that. The government restricts us. So say for you, Mark, you could put 25% of your annual income, through your PAYE into a pension, not the company now, like I explained earlier.
Yeah.
You put 25% of that and claim tax back on it.
Right.
From a personal perspective.
Yeah.
So there's loads of wiggle room as to what you can do.
I had one more follow-up question to my earlier example. You said Brad had a pension fund of 50 grand.
Yes.
Right? Is the 50 grand that he has, it's not necessarily the sum of his €100 or his contribution, his €30 contributions.
Yeah.
It's what the €30 contributions grew to
Yes.
by taking option 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he actually probably only contributed maybe 20 grand over the course of the year.
Yeah.
But ye invested it in mountains in Lithuania that are really spectacular and beautiful, and you're charging everybody
Not
€3
me.
to come
To
and
walk
see
up.
them.
Yeah.
To
To
walk
park-
up.
to park at the bottom
the
of it.
spectacular mountains in Lithuania.
Yeah.
And it's €3 to park your car to go up and look at them. And this grew exponentially over 32 years. And Brad is now sitting there with his extra 3 grand a year, and he's down in Boyle Sports trying to make more.
Yeah. Well, actually, sorry, is that your point made? Is this?
That's it. Now I'm done.
I have one more
Thank
thing
you.
I'm going to ask you
Go
about.
for it.
Let's say you're telling me, Mark, you should go get a private pension. And I say to you, no, I reckon I'm going to get a mortgage. I'm going to buy an apartment in Sligo Town, penthouse, put 19 students into it instead. Okay?
Whom you'll interview here, of course.
No, yeah, who I'll interview here,
You'll
of course, to
interview
get
here,
them
of
in.
course. Yeah.
So why is that? Is that a possible, or why would I not do that?
Okay, well, firstly, you're getting no tax relief on that. And then secondly, you're going to be taxed on that income in the here and now.
Oh, yeah.
Forever.
All right? Forever and ever, amen.
Yeah.
Right?
And them students are filthy as well.
Yes, you can have an investment property within your pension portfolio. Does
Yes.
that sound awful?
Yeah, so how
fancy?
do you do that?
Okay. So you go...
sorry, is there a way for me to buy a property through my pension and not just personally?
Yeah, well, you need to have something in your pension first.
Okay, yeah.
Okay? You need to build that puppy up, basically.
Yeah, there's nothing really
right?
for €60 really in town, is there?
Okay?
Not even a shot.
But let's just
Can
say
you pay a mortgage to your pension?
you
Sorry.
can.
Okay.
Right?
That's all, yeah,
but
okay.
it's an expensive feat.
Yeah, of course.
Right? And there's a certain touch point where you think, is this financially worth it? Because
Mm-hmm.
everybody needs to be fed out of that pot. So what I mean by that is you need to purchase the property, you need to draw down the mortgage, and you have to pay the solicitor fees for the mortgage provider and also yourself. So you're paying double the cost there. You have to pay the stamp duty. You have to pay the auctioneer who you employ to collect the rent. Then you also need to pay the pensioner trustee. So a pensioner trustee is the person that oversees and governs and makes sure that everything is lovely and compliant with the pensions authority. Okay, so you have to pay them. You have to pay the broker, like the likes of myself.
Yeah.
And then you've got to pay. There's about 5 or 6 mouths to feed, basically, out of it. And generally speaking, what?
Why do people do it so?
Yeah, why would people
But
do
you
it if it
see,
sounds so?
people did do it, Brendan, when there was
The good times.
opportunity within the property market, when properties were a lot less than what they are now.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, okay? Whereas generally speaking, when you hear the local lad talking about it down at the pub, that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's my view on it.
Yeah.
You know,
I started
don't
to
get
feel
me
really
wrong.
sorry for landlords there for a minute.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like they have an awful time.
But that's not even the landlord's side of it
You
there.
know.
Like, you're talking about buying it through a pension or whatever. Like.
Yes, and,
and
it's
then
a
the other
whole
thing.
added layer of, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people that are very wealthy from it and they've done really well in it.
But am I right in saying though that actually, like, the management that you have on that property is really minimal once you do it
minimal.
through? Like, I can't give it to my daughters when
No,
they're of age.
absolutely
You can't.
not.
Nor can you go
cannot-
stay there
no, you
overnight
can't
if you
live
need
there.
to.
So I can't just knock on the door and be like,
The 19 girls
I was
dancing at
out
the
in
door
town.
going, remember me from the
Yeah.
interview?
I was out in town and
Yeah.
she won't let me
It's
back in.
my house.
Can I stay here? No, yeah. So you have no real say on what happens to it, really,
No,
do you?
no.
It's just another asset in your pension fund.
Another asset in your pocket.
And that's the other thing as well. So I've always had this idea in my head. I think I've mentioned it already in this podcast. I know we have to finish soon, but anyway. So when I think about my money going to these pension funds, like I said earlier, I think of flutes and suits who are just like playing with my money, right? That's like a misconception maybe, or certainly a stereotype. I think of those flutes and suits playing with my money and throwing it wherever they want. Okay, do I get any say in where it goes, or do I just pick a level?
You can pick a level, and you can diversify to the cows come home if you've a vested interest in it.
If I find out, here's the thing. Yeah, obviously I can opt out of anything I want to, but if I find out that they've done it in something that I personally find unethical.
Oh, you 100% can switch the fund. You can move provider. You can absolutely do that. You see, you can, in general, with every provider, there's like a default strategy, right? Where they'll look at your age, right, Mark? And they'll go, right, okay, we're going to start you off in a 5 or 6 on that scale. Yeah. And the closer you get to retirement, we're going to start drip feeding some of your fund into cash on it, like a 1 or 2 on the scale. Okay. So that money is there. There's no nasty surprises when you come to access that money. Okay. Right, okay?
You won't lose it at the last minute.
Thank God. I'd be sweating. Like, I'm about 2 weeks away from retirement going, fuck it.
I hope they don't mess it up now. Jesus it's looking well.
So, but like some people go, oh no, I'm really into this and I like the look of, let's go back to the number 7 on the scale, the European Property Fund. Yeah. And let's just say that is open to the public at the minute, right? And they decide, I want to put 25% in there. And then there's like a top tech 100 fund, which is all about AI and everything. And
sounds dangerous. But fun.
But
that is a dangerous one.
But that is, that's your... eggs all in one basket.
Yeah,
this be something Laura would find me more attractive for.
What I
not in 10 years when it turns out that company's gone to the tits.
I come home tonight and going, I'm after giving Helena 25% of our income
for an AI company,
a sexy AI company.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Anyway, I think that in my mind, they're the dangerous ones. You just want to make robots.
Sexy robots. Let's put all the money in sexy robots.
I just want to know why he wants to make robots. What are you going to do with them?
The first thing that came to my head.
You're mad to make these robots. What are you doing with them?
I think there'll be a demand.
You're keeping them in my shed. Okay, come on anyway.
That shed that
you're
nobody
as weird, Ray. Can I buy 10 of those robots, Ray, if I get me shed? Okay, sorry, Helena. Come on.
No, where was I?
I haven't a clue. Robots. And no, you were. I was on about the fact that you can obviously take your money anywhere you want.
Yes.
It's yours, even though you've made the investment. And
then if you're really into it and you really want to nerd out on it, you can go to a pensioner trustee, like I mentioned. You know the way you can invest directly in a property with them. And you can have your own platform and you can go directly into Microsoft, go directly into shares and portfolios. And manage it yourself.
Would you read the Irish Times at the weekend or the Financial Yoke or whatever? Would you be there with the big broadsheet?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you'd actually be reading it.
The NASDAQ is down, Ray.
Is it?
NASDAQ is down this week.
But I hear the FTSE's not so bad.
Well, we better get a FTSE's into that one.
I couldn't. There's a reason fund managers are there.
That's the thing.
They know what they're at. They have all the qualifications in the whole wide world to get them to that level. Leave it to them.
So obviously there's a huge amount of jeopardy on our part, as in they're playing with our money, but there's jeopardy on these guys as well, investment.
And there's huge regulation around them, guys. Like there's a thing called an IORPS too. Don't ask me what it stands for. It's a European kind of directive that like all Irish pensions need to come up to scratch. You have the Pensions Authority, you have the Ombudsman, you have the CCPC, the Consumer Protection Code. They're all looking at all of that.
So Brad's 30 quid is safe.
Well, I can't.
She can't say it's safe. She's not allowed to say it's safe, Ray.
Okay.
No more than that. Do you know what I mean?
It's
there's only a couple of certainties in this life, isn't there?
Yeah,
death and taxes.
Death, taxes, and misery. Yeah. So
I love the way you clip that.
Just to make sure, I don't want anyone getting the wrong idea. Like everyone's miserable sometimes. I'm just saying. Do you know what I mean? It happens to the best of us.
Helena, you don't sound like you enjoy what you work at all.
Do I not?
No, you do sound like you enjoy it.
Ray, I absolutely love it.
Okay.
Do you know what I love about it? I love nothing more than somebody coming into me and putting them in a better position.
Okay.
Letting them leave with something that they didn't realise that they had, or
like
making them feel better about their finances.
No, but that's true, because I came in last week and Ray scared the shit out of me. He told me, Mark, you're living on 12. You might well get baked beans and pot noodles for the rest of your life. Yeah. And then you've come in and all of a sudden I can see prosperity in my finances, even though I wouldn't consider myself quite well off. Oh. But because you've talked to me, I'm going, let's fucking do this now.
That's okay. You're doing some good there now, Helena, in fairness.
There you go now. I mean, I'd go back out the door again and I'd be like, Oh, geez, no, Mark, you have absolutely no
It'll be Tommy
assets
Tiernan on the back of the
whatsoever.
bus.
Yeah, the back of the bus in Ballytown. Turn on the radio there, will you, on the way home, and fucking Radiohead will come on, and I'll go, Jesus Christ. I'm all over the place. No, I have to say, I hope that some people have come in to this, or that are listening to this, and there definitely is. I guarantee you there's a gap at my age. I just know there is. Like, I know there's a gap at my age of people who don't know what private pensions are doing, or should be doing for them, or could be doing for them. And I hope that people go, savage. I'm going to get on to Neptune now.
Yeah.
Not the one that Brendan mentioned last week. But Brendan and his first wife went into... well, it's still his wife, but it's his first one for now. They went to Neptune, and that's why you're here. Yeah. Because even Niamh was like, this woman changed my whole perspective on how...
that's why he gets so much time in the evenings to watch RTE and the associated...
Yeah, so he's watching RTE now, Cam. I'm too stressed to watch RTE. I guarantee you, after I finish talking with you, I'll have so little stress, I'll start watching RTE as well, Brendan. With you.
Thanks very much.
I haven't watched RTE in 5 years with the stress, Ray, because of it. No, thanks a million for coming in.
Thanks a million for
and I
having
hope
me,
we didn't wreck your heads or anything.
Not at all, not at all.
We usually finish our episodes by saying fair play to me.
Don't forget the promo code.
What?
Kendy and Raybo 10.
To get 10% off your
10% off your first private pension.
Yeah.
And it's only allowable up to the 30th of November.
Yeah, so this goes out on Friday. Yeah.
You have a month to get on to Helena and quote Kendy and Raybo 10, and she'll do you a deal.
She'll do an awful deal.
And are
you based here in Sligo Town?
I am. I just at the corner of the mall, opposite Lily's.
Yeah,
opposite Lily's.
I should say that.
Yeah, you are.
I presume you're open to like any. It doesn't have to be just Sligo people that go.
Oh, everyone. We do virtual meetings. We'll travel the country.
Lovely. Kendy and Raybo 10.
You can't say that. That's actually illegal to say that.
It's not, because what it is means she can track the success of this podcast.
Yeah.
So the people that come in and go, I heard Kendy and Raybo 10, and then she'll break the news and go, no, sorry, there's no discount.
But at least you'll know.
You're lucky that I'm even talking to you.
me. Yeah,
absolute peasant.
You're going to get me in a heap of trouble.
Yeah, we're all going to get in trouble for that. Ray.
Oh, you can't do that with pensions. Oh, that's the regulation you're talking about. You can't do discount codes and pensions.
You can't do that on anything.
Yes, you can.
You can't just call out
Alan Clark does it the whole time when he's selling furniture.
So this was the last
Alan Clark 10, and all of a sudden you get a Homeland, you get 10% off the couch.
He has been regulated and allowed to do that.
All right,
so this was the last ever episode of the Kendy Raybo podcast. Shut down.
The one people that you don't want to piss off, the pension people.
Listen, thanks a minute. We usually finish episodes by saying fair play to me, literally fair play to me. And then we say, good luck. Yeah. So do you want to try that with us before we go? Okay, so thanks Brendan for watching. Thanks to Brendan for flicking the keys clean off himself. Thank you to Helena Boland from Neptune Financial
Fashions Limited.
Neptune Financial Fashions Pensions Limited. So that's what it is. Look it up.
Look it up. You'll get it on Facebook.
Thanks to Helena for coming in. And Ray, fair play to me.
And fair play to me.
And fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Lovely.
The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Maeve's Cozy Front Lounge and the Garavow.